Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here with Vision Marketing and Design, and today we are live inside of our team training where we are live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is actually our Friday Q&A day, so let me go ahead. I see that Maria is here. Let me let Maria in. Go. So, thank you for joining me, Miss Maria. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
While I'm waiting for everyone to hop in here, let me show all the new members where they can actually join the Q&A here. Okay. I love Zoom. Have you ever heard me say that?
Yeah. And automation. That's what we know, the two big ones about you. Automation, you absolutely cannot live without, and Zoom.
And I know that's the truth.
You love YouTube too, so.
Okay, so let me see. Let me share my screen here. So hopefully you can see the dashboard, correct? The Launchpad?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you are a brand new member, just so you know, all you need to do to access the Zoom meeting is go to the resources tab here. And you will see, as soon as it loads, you will see the Friday Zoom Q&A. So all you need to do is click that link and you'll go right into Zoom. If you're not logged in, it'll prompt you to log into your free Zoom account. So let me stop sharing here and say hello to Janai. How are you?
Hello.
You pronounce it Janai, correct?
You got it. You're so good. Yes.
To Janai. So what's going on? How are you ladies? What's your, do you have questions? Do you have wins, losses? How can I help?
I'm just watching the training.
Okay.
And the latest one on the link wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious. You mentioned in that video about the DNS. I think that's what you called it. I'm not sure how to do that.
Okay. Let me get.
And I have a domain I have in Namecheap.
Okay. So I don't have a Namecheap account, but I will show you on Bluehost because it's the same process here. So let me actually get logged into my Bluehost account and my link wizard, and then I will show you. It's really simple to do. But I understand, like, and what I always say, if you're just too overwhelmed, just contact support, you know, like Namecheap support or something, and say, hey, this is what I need to do. Can you help me with this?
Yeah, because I know you did a training on it, but sometimes that stuff goes over my head.
That's okay. Let me share my screen here and I will be happy to show you.
And I was really into that other training, the one with all of the that you showed for the social media. You saw I kept sending you messages on that.
Oh my gosh, Maria, that is the coolest thing. I'm still playing around with like some different strategies and things and like in the tools, just kind of like trying to try different scenarios. And oh my gosh, I am so in love. It's like I was focusing on Sales Navigator and now I've just like flipped my whole routine to like, I'm just going to Facebook because it's like all of these tools, it's like having Sales Navigator on compared with Linked Helper, but for Facebook. So it's super cool. Okay, let me, you can see my screen here in Link Wizard now.
Yes.
Okay, so what you need to do is you just need to add a C record. So what I'm looking for here is the CNAME, this little CNAME.lnkw.co. So what I'm going to do is copy that. I'm going to go to Bluehost. Okay, so let me go to my domains. Let's say that I wanted to use, let me just find let's say I wanted to use myvisionemail.com. Okay, if that was my main thing that I want to use, right? If I wanted to only use myvisionemail.com on Link Wizard, what I need to do is create a CNAME here and do www and then point it here. And then I also need to create an A record and then point it to there. So I would want to do CNAME. Actually, I don't think you have to do that because I'm so sorry. I don't want to confuse you. I think here all you need is a CNAME, okay, because that's what I did as well. Okay, so CNAME, and then you'll also need to create a CNAME for the www. So, okay, let's do this. Let's say that I want to put my whole domain to the I can't talk now, to Link Wizard. Okay, what I need to do is just do the, I think it's the @ symbol, and then point to, Maria, I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I can't remember what I did now, but I do know, like, let's say, instead of doing the whole domain, let's say that I wanted this one to be like a link. Okay, so what I'm doing is I want all of my link shortener to have link dot myvisionemail.com. Okay, so in that scenario, this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to do points to, and then I'm going to just choose like 4 hours or whatever. And if I click save, now what that's going to do is it's going to connect all of the links to link.myvisionemail.com. Okay. If you want to do a www as well, like if you're using the whole domain, you just need to create another CNAME, just like I did here, except instead of link, you would put www dot here. Now I used Cloudflare. That's why I can't remember how to do this on, let me see if I can log in.
Why do you go to Cloudflare?
Honestly, because just for this purpose, I wanted to try Cloudflare out because I see a lot of people using it and I wanted to see the difference. So this time when I bought this domain, I was like, I'm just going to go to Cloudflare. And because all of, like, when you watch all the high level tutorials, or you watch, I mean, most of the tutorials online, people are using Cloudflare. And I know that there's a free SSL. And so that's what drives a lot of people there to use it. But I honestly just wanted to test it out. So I'm like, I'm just going to buy one domain there, and then I'm gonna see how it all goes. Okay, but what you can do is go to DNS, and what I did is you'll see I just added a CNAME with my BizLink, and then you point here. So if you want this to be your whole domain and you're doing it on Bluehost, I just had to remind myself. You would want to add that CNAME. So it would be like, let's say that I wanted myvision.com to be my main link shortener domain. What I need to do is add a host record, myvisionemail.com, and then point it here and then there. And then I want to do the same thing with the www so that it will route all the www.myvisionemail.com, as well as if people just type in myvisionemail.com, but you just want to make sure that you're pointing it here.
And then you go over to Cloudflare and do the same thing?
No, you don't have to use it. It's just a different, Cloudflare and Bluehost, same thing when it comes to DNS management. It's just a different system. So it's just like here, if I was going to add a record, I just choose like A from the drop-down menu, and I'd go to CNAME, and then I would type in myvision email.com, and then I would paste this in, and then I would click save, and that would be the same thing, right? You would want to put, yeah, that's what I was telling you. You'd want to put this for the root. So what do you do? I'm so sorry, Maria, I'm all over the place. Are you using the main root domain, or are you using like a subdomain with your link shortener?
I have a root domain.
Okay, so here's what you need to do.
3 letters and .com.
Okay, so let's say it was xyz.com. Let's say let's just start completely over. Go to Namecheap, go where it says CNAME, okay? And if it looks like this, where you have to choose the drop-down menu, just choose CNAME, all right? Then what you're gonna do is, I'm so sorry, you're gonna put in the first thing you're going to do is the @ symbol, okay? Because this is going to say that this is the root domain, okay? So you're going to do @, and then you're going to do this little, the CNAME that Link Wizard gives you, and then you're going to propagate, okay? So you're just going to do the 4 hours or whatever it is and save. Now, before you're done, you also want to create a whole new record. So let's start over again. And then you want to do www, same CNAME, and then you want it to point to that. And then you're going to choose like 4 hours or whatever and save. So you need to add 2 CNAMEs. One's going to be the @ symbol and one's going to be the www. And then that should connect here. So once you type that in, you click got it, type in your record and then add, and then it should work that way. If it looks more like this, what you're going to do is just choose CNAME, do the @ symbol, type that in, hit save, and you're going to do www dot that and then save.
Okay, and on the first page you showed me on Link Wizard, do you add the @ symbol and then the domain? Not that page.
No, if it's like, let's say that what I just typed in was to connect this domain here. What I would do is just go back to Link Wizard and I would type this in. And then of course you can choose if you want to use these or not. But if I didn't, I would just type in that domain and then click add. If I had done the same thing for a subdomain, then I would want to type in, like maybe I chose offer. Then I would put offer. So whatever you type in here is what you're telling Link Wizard, hey, I just configured this, so connect it now. And then when you type this in here and click add, then it connects it to Link Wizard. Does that make sense?
Not really, but I'll watch the video.
Do you want me to walk you through it? Do you want to share your screen? I'll walk you through it.
Heck no, I didn't even do the account yet.
Oh.
I was watching the video. That's why I got turned around. When in your video, you were talking about that. And I said, oh man, I'm confused. So maybe next time. Because just remember you need to add 2 CNAME records. One is going to be the @ symbol. One is going to be www. And then paste that thing that they gave you. But behind the @ and the www, I don't have to add anything else.
Just what that little thing that they gave you. Let me show you again.
No, inside that, you remember you put the @ and www, right in.
Yeah.
Right in here, right in there.
Yeah.
Right
so
right behind the www. I don't have to add my domain or just down at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to add anything. All you need is you're going to create 2 CNAME records. One of them is going to have www and one's going to have the @ symbol. They're both going to point here. And then you're going to click save. And the reason that you don't have to do that is because you're already in the domain settings, the domain DNS settings. So it knows when you put that @ symbol that the root domain should go there.
Okay.
So that's what you're telling the system to do. You're basically saying like, hey, anytime someone types in myvisionemail.com, I want it to go here. Anytime someone types in www.myvisionemail.com, I want it to go here.
Okay, now I got you a little bit more. Let me work on it. And as you just explained it, and have the video running because it'll be on YouTube. So thank you.
And I probably confused you when I first got started. So I was trying to remember too, because I had used Cloudflare and I was like, wait a minute, because it does look different. And that's why I wanted to try it out, just so that I do have some experience with Cloudflare and maybe I like it better. And this is usually how I watch tutorials just like everyone else does. And when people are using a specific tool and I keep seeing it over and over again, I'm like, I want to know. I mean, maybe it's better than what I use. I don't know. I've always used Bluehost, but I'm definitely always open to 1, expanding my knowledge, but 2, just seeing maybe it's a better solution.
So is it a better solution or no? It's about the same.
Really, I'm still in the trial period. One thing that I did notice though, that I connected 2 different and this was part of my trial, is I connected a subdomain that I have through Bluehost, and it's offer.myvisionagency.com. Okay, so I connected that to Link Wizard, and then I went to Cloudflare and I bought a new domain through Cloudflare, and then I connected it to Link Wizard, and same process and everything. But what I did notice though is that instantly the Cloudflare domain was connected and the SSL was active, and it's been more than 24 hours and the Bluehost one is not. The SSL is not active yet. So that's just my experience so far. I don't know if it was just a fluky thing or what, but.
And so you have to buy your domain from Link Wizard, but you don't. You can either buy one from them or bring yours along.
You can't buy one through Link Wizard.
Oh, no, through, I meant to say through Cloudflare.
No, you can transfer. Just like you can transfer with, you can transfer domains from almost any host. So let's say that you're using Namecheap and you're like, man, I just realized Cloudflare does this, and kind of like I am experienced, like I just want to test it out and see how it goes. But maybe I decide, oh my gosh, Cloudflare is awesome. No wonder everyone uses it. Maybe I have this experience. I can transfer all of my domains to Cloudflare if that's what I wanted to do.
I see.
Yeah. So you can do that. It's a little process, but
this is the techie stuff that I do not like.
You don't have to be an expert, so it's okay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, once you get all that stuff figured out, it's like super easy, what, not super easy, but it is. Because at the same time, if I'm just saying, hey, Maria, all you got to do is this and this and this, and you're my client, you're like, can you just do it for me? This is it's a good conversation, because this is what I tell local business owners. I always use the plumber for an example. One great way of driving traffic is with content, right? So what if you're a plumber and you write a blog about top home repair fixes, and you're telling people here's how you can do all of this yourself, how you can bypass the plumber, and people may think, well, if I'm telling them how to do it, why would they ever call a plumber? But the point is they're going to see what actually goes into it, and now they're going to be more willing to pay you, because they're like, I don't want to do that, but now I just watched this guy in this video doing it, or I just read this blog post about this plumber doing it, so I know that he knows how to do it, so I'm just going to call this guy and have him, and that's how it all works. Just if you're my client, Maria, and I just showed you how to do all that, you're like, can you just do this for me?
Exactly. So it's a good selling point. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
And that would be the same for anything. So using YouTube like that, that's why you could give your still call you want to do certain things. Yeah.
Yeah. You were breaking up a little bit, but I think I got the gist of what you were saying. Yeah, it's just like web designers, get on. There's some really great tutorials on web design that I've seen online that people just they do an amazing job. And I'm just thinking, if I was going to hire a web designer and I didn't know one, I would probably be Googling how to design a website, because I would think I had to do it myself. But if I came across this person's video and saw them building websites and the result, and it looked beautiful and all these things, then I would want to contact that person, because now I know, at least I feel like I know one person who knows how to build a website. Yeah. So are you loving your 5 tools, Maria?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn. I've been watching the videos. I have to try to learn, and I'm gonna this weekend I want to apply the Facebook stuff, because I just watched the Link Wizard again from yesterday, and I said, okay, I've got to do this, but I want to do the other stuff. And that was my question, is you mentioned, and I asked that question in our chat about having a separate window. I wasn't too clear on that, because I have a MacBook and I use Safari and Chrome. But are you saying I could use? Yeah, I can't use Safari because that doesn't host Chrome.
Yeah, so, what I have found to be the easiest thing is I have a laptop that I'm on most of the time in my living room, with my feet propped up with the dogs, and
the blanket and the blanket.
Yeah. But in my office where I am right now, that's where I have like my whole office set up and everything. So what I do, because when you're using all those browsers, and I do have a better answer for your question about if it's running when you're not there and things like that, like the birthday wisher and then the biggest fan pro, they do work when you're not there. So what I have found is the coolest thing is getting just a Chrome browser that's dedicated to nothing but my Facebook page and all of those Chrome extensions. And so what I do is I turn them all on, and I have, that browser pulled up, and I'm sending friend requests, and I'm, it's scanning for the engagement, which the engagement monster, wow, so cool. That is so cool, because I had that thing running when I was sleeping. To get back to this before I get into this story though, I have all of that set up, and I just let it run like all night long in my office because I'm not even in there. And, but yes, it runs the whole time as long as it's connected and enabled. It'll run the whole time and do all these things for you while you're doing something else. But if you're working in the window where it's working, it's constantly popping up new windows and things. And that's just the way that it works, to defeat the Facebook algorithms and things. But so it does get kind of annoying if you're actually trying to work in that browser tab, because of all the windows popping up. But what I was saying is I had that engagement monster running like all night. And then I woke up to like 53 comments of people like, oh, because the engagement, what it'll do is it'll scroll down your timeline, and then it will like or heart, and it determines what to like or, post on or whatever, based on what everyone else is doing. So it'll have like, I'll like a post, or what is my robot is liking posts and then commenting what I've told it to comment. So it'll say like, thanks for sharing, or I love this, or something like that. So it was funny because I woke up the other morning and I had like all of these notifications and messages and everything from people like, hey, thanks for commenting on my post, or hey, that you're so right, Bridget. And I'm like, I didn't really even do anything. I don't even know. Just scrolling back through, and I'm like, oh, okay, I commented, thanks for sharing, and I commented here, and yeah, it was just working. I was a really busy person while I was sleeping.
Yeah, sleep and work. That's true automation right there.
Yes.
You pulled out that crown and shined it up, because that was it. But that's it. It's like, so when you're saying a browser, you mean a tab?
Yeah, just a whole browser. Like you could even just create like a whole Google account, right? And maybe you want to call it like Maria's Facebook at gmail.com account or something. And then that's also a really good technique to use too for your emails. Since you're already you have to create a Gmail whole account to get a Gmail email. And so one good thing when you're testing emails is to send it to that actual live email, the Gmail that you have, but don't open it, because that will affect your algorithm, your testing. It'll tell your inbox that you want to see it, and maybe your emails are really going to spam, but you're not noticing, because when you text, it's going into your inbox, or when you send your emails, it goes to your inbox and things like that. So that's just a little side tip to all that. But yeah, create a totally separate Gmail account, use the emails for your testing, don't open them, and then use all of the Facebook Chrome extensions in that one like account, and that way it doesn't like interfere with, because sometimes you even like if I have all of those running, and even if I do try to get adventurous and use one of the windows, it's like some things pop up, or it's running really slow because you have like 12 browser extensions running at the same time.
Yeah, so it slows my Mac down.
Yeah,
Chrome does. I think it is created to slow Macs down because they want you to use Safari. But I can't stand Safari. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm a huge Google fan. I use G Suite. I have like the business account. My emails are all on Google, my calendars, all that stuff. It's just easy.
Hey, Bridget.
Yeah.
So when you say another Chrome browser, are you talking about like just another Gmail account, or a whole nother like Chrome setup installation? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, and I actually have a few of them. I have a few Gmail accounts, but yeah, the whole like Google account, because what you want is a whole separate Google login so that when you put, and don't sync it, what you really want, the whole purpose would be to just have a Gmail account. And then there's no bookmarks, there's no nothing. You don't really need any of that. All you need are just those browser extensions. So you need your Facebook profile, and then install those browser extensions in just that Chrome account, and then let that run, and it doesn't interfere with any of your other things.
Okay, so install a new Chrome extension. I mean, browser.
Right.
Not just a Gmail account.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of the same premise as having like an incognito window. Sometimes you need to do that so that it's not, catching all the cookies, and it's not, you don't need to clear caches and things like that. So it's kind of the same premise, but the whole point would be to just kind of segregate Facebook and all of those Chrome extensions, right, so that when it's running, it's not interfering with anything.
Can you show us how to do that? I mean, can you? Because I'm still a little confused. I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand you, but I guess I'm not understanding exactly what you mean. Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, it's just a tab, but I'm not clear.
You can, let me see. All you need to do is just do create Google Chrome account. Okay. So you just, that's all you want to do. You just want to follow the instructions, right, to create. So I'm going to create it for myself. I'm going to put my name in here. I'm going to choose, a username, like I would say, like Bridget's Facebook.
I have multiples like this. I have a lot of Gmail. I mean, I do, but when you're saying it'll sync to my other accounts, won't it?
No, it's only because you see, like up here, I don't have any of those extensions, but when I open up my other window here, like if I open up I have all of the extensions up here, because this is the window that I use for my Facebook with all the extensions. Okay. So it's specific for per extension or per browser.
So what you did, yeah, you went and you searched that, and then it opened up and you went from there. Rather than going from your picture over here, if you click on your picture up at the top right, that will open. Is it right? There's no, so the next underneath that, I think, to open another.
Right if there. If you use this one right here, like let's say like I was like this one, okay. If I use this one here, it's going to pull up all of these within the same browser. Okay, so this is like my personal email. So this is something that I just keep totally separate. So this is, I'm logged in right now under this Google account. Okay. Now, if I add these accounts here, this is going to allow me to like access my Gmail and my lawn care email and all of that stuff within this same Chrome browser. Okay. But if I go up here and I choose like my business account, now I'm in a totally different browser. See, all the extensions are different. And so if I went here and then I click here, you'll see I don't have those other accounts here because this is just my business account.
Okay. And if you want to get a brand new one, you have to search in Google what you just typed in and then find it that way.
Yeah, just literally Google, create new Google account, and then you'll just start from scratch. And then whatever, I mean, if you already have one created, by all means, you can use that one. I mean, you don't really have to, but the goal really is just to have a totally separate browser that you have all of these things connected, because really the best practice would be to just use this all the time, every day, right? So having those active and all that stuff, and it's just, the simple premise is it's really just hard to work in that browser and do anything because of the windows popping up and things like that. So I don't know if you have ever actually, like even just the friend connector one, when it's scrolling through all the groups and things like that, and it goes to send like a message or however you have it set, if it sends a message, it's going to open up a whole new Facebook tab, and it's going to have like the messenger, and it's going to be like typing out the message of what it's going to send. And then when it does like a comment on something, it's going to open up another face and then it's going to do that. So if you're trying to work in that window, it's just going to mess you all up. But if you just have that whole separate, it's like one whole unit and you have it running in the background, then it's not going to bother you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Thanks.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Did you guys have any other questions for me? I did want to show you something today here. Make it into my actual account.
I just want to say thank you so much for that 5-tier thing. That was exactly what I've been needing, because I just started a new Google My Business review, and I needed the lead scraper for, to get the local businesses. And I was about to invest in one. It was $29 a month by itself. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you have like the domain leads, you have the Facebook, and the Google Maps. Yeah, I know. It's like, because I was paying $27 a month just for a friend connector. And it was worth every penny, and I was happy to pay it because of that. But I also wanted all the other Facebook tools. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, this is like, why don't I just become a partner? Because I had used the other tools also for like years. And so I'm a huge fan of the tools. So I'm like, if I love this, then everyone else will love it too. So I'll just be a reseller. Yeah, but I did want to, since you brought that up, I wanted to show you, one of the ways that we can use these, aside from just being a reseller and then just giving the whole package like that, what you can do is take these browser extensions as a tier 5 partner, and you can give them away for free in exchange to get leads. It's like a lot of times we use like guides and things like that as lead magnets, but you can also use one of the extensions. And I'm going to just show you an example here that I just created just to show you. Of course, I will be using my own videos, but I wanted to use the one that tier 5 actually has created, but I just created a simple opt-in page here. And I really just copied theirs. And so you see it goes into our HighLevel system, which, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to do a training to show you how cool and easy it is to integrate tier 5 with HighLevel, because I literally, like when people go to my website here and they subscribe, they fill out the form here. Okay. So when they subscribe here, they fill out this form and they pay. What my system does, which is so easy, is it creates an account in HighLevel. It gives them access to the membership area, and it creates all of the like 20 some accounts in tier 5 all at the same time without me ever having to do anything. It's so incredible that it just like blows my mind. But what I was saying about this.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. My grandbaby was talking to me. Can you just repeat that last part you said? It did what?
So what I have, what my system is set up to do, what I was talking about is I can't wait to do a training where I show you guys how easy it is. If you are in HighLevel, right? Even if you have just a sub account and you decide to be a partner, I am going to show you how easy it is, where they literally, your leads can fill out this form here. And of course, if you're a sub account, you don't have your own HighLevel account, you can't include the HighLevel. But what my system does, since I'm a HighLevel agency owner, is I can set it up to give, as soon as they fill out this form, they pay with their credit card. What happens is the whole system creates a HighLevel sub account. It gives them access to the membership area, and it also creates accounts with all the HighLevel tools. So all at the same time. So I don't have to do anything. I could get 1 million clients tonight that fill out this form, and I won't have to do anything. So that is like automation at its finest. But what I was showing you is you can take these extensions, these browser extensions, and you can give them as lead magnets. Okay. So like, for example, this is saying, hey, how would you like to leverage your friend's birthday to get leads? They fill out this form. They go directly into my CRM. I have it set up to create a free account for them. I'm also using tags here. So it will say, let me just show you, I'll just log in here. So let me do Bridget, let's just use this email, and let's just use this phone number. Oh, I guess it's smart enough to know it's a fake phone number. Okay, so I'm opting in, and you see here it says, Bridget, here's your free birthday wisher. Your login credentials include this, and here's your password. Okay, so they click here to get logged into the extension, and then of course I'm offering the the additional tier 5 tools on our program and things like that. So that is how, we always talk about, using the lead magnets, but you can also use these browser extensions. I mean, you don't have to, like, maybe you want to, like Janai, if you're doing local business, maybe you want to give them an extension for their Facebook page or something like free birthday wisher. And then maybe you want to say, hey, are you interested in more ways of automating your business? Maybe you have a video here that explains that, maybe not, maybe you just have your booking calendar, whatever it is. But the goal is always to get their contact information, right? If someone opts in to this, they're likely interested in using Facebook to get leads for their business. So that is, now you're like using this extension to target your specific client. So that is just an example. I will be creating more of those. So I know that people are signing up for the tier 5 partnership. So I definitely want to include templates and things like that to help you sell those.
When you say the tier 5 partnership, is that where you partner with you and use your agency, or you is separate? It's different, right?
You can actually, yeah, it's separate. So if you think of it kind of like the HighLevel. So let me show the plans here. So within vision marketing and design, there are 3 different plans. Okay, so there are 3 ways to join. They can join tier 5 here, okay, as a partner. And it really has to be like this because, like Janai, you're an agency owner, correct? So I think you're an agency.
No, I'm not. I'm on the free account.
Okay. So if you're an agency owner, you probably want to be a tier 5 partner because of the reason I just showed you. Not only can you provide additional tools inside your membership area, but you can also use them as lead magnets. So I definitely want to kind of double up these groups of people because this is a great solution. And I know a lot of my SaaS, my HighLevel SaaS owners, they're contacting me like, whoa, my mind is blown because adding all of this software. And like I said, you can set it up to automatically create all these accounts. And it's really not that hard. I did it in like just a couple hours. So it's not that hard. But the power of that, of being able to automate a system like that's incredible. So anyway, if someone wants to sign up for HighLevel here, they get a free membership into vision marketing and design. Okay. If they sign up for tier 5 partnership, and the partnership, what that does is it gives you all of the tools, but it also gives you access because you're officially a partner at $127 a month. Okay. But you also have the ability to purchase additional accounts that you can resell, like the browser extensions, the software, and all of those things. So if someone was interested in doing that, then they can get a free membership inside of Vision Marketing Design the same way that they do with HighLevel. However, if you're not, like neither of you are really interested in being an agency owner, but you love the tools, then you can just sign up for Vision Marketing. You can get all of the tools. So you don't have to be a HighLevel agency owner. You're already getting the tools. You don't have to be a tier 5 partner. You're already getting the tools, right? Did that make sense?
Yeah. And the only way to be an affiliate for those programs are to be a complete partner too.
Well, you can actually, and you can be an affiliate of HighLevel. It's in the resources tab. Also inside each tool, I know that Chirply has it. Let me look in Link Wizard.
You said HighLevel, you mean tier 5?
I'm sorry, what?
You said to be a partner in HighLevel. Did you mean HighLevel or tier 5?
Well, with HighLevel, you don't have to be a partner, and you can actually be like a sub affiliate under my account. And it is, let me show you where that is. It is in the resources tab here. If you go to resources and then you go to account, you'll see affiliates. So you can actually become an affiliate of HighLevel under me without having your own HighLevel account. And then the way that works is like, so tier 1. So if I sign someone up, I get 40%. But if you guys are affiliates without a HighLevel account, then I get 5%. So it's 2 tiers. With tier 5, you do have to be a partner to be an affiliate, but there are some tools, like I just looked on Link Wizard, I didn't see one. But if you go to like Chirply, I know has, I don't think I have my Chirp. Oh yeah. If you go to Chirply, inside of there's an opportunity to sign up to refer people as an affiliate with Chirply. So you just have to look in the, let me find where it is. You just have to look in the individual tool. I'm not really sure where it is, but I think it is somewhere in there where you can sign up. I saw it somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it. Let me stop sharing and look.
I had signed up to be an affiliate originally when I had the agency account, and I don't know if it got canceled or what. I have to look at that. So with your affiliate that you have there, it is different from HighLevel. I mean, how does it?
No, it's basically you're just a sub affiliate under me, so you would still get 40% and then 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
On all HighLevel stuff plus what you have.
Just HighLevel, because it's 2 totally different companies. So yeah, it would, but if you signed up for HighLevel, I don't think you need to be a HighLevel. I think you're an affiliate now. So I think I would try to log back in. But yeah, I don't think that that it deactivates your affiliate account if you just cancel your HighLevel account.
Okay, so did I hear you say if I'm an affiliate with HighLevel, okay, as it is or with you, either way, they just get HighLevel. Do they get the vision stuff as well, or that's separate?
I don't think that we could do that. I think it would have to be separate because there's no way. I just was trying to, I never really thought too much about that. But the problem with that would be the value. But also I don't know if I have a way of tracking that. Let me brainstorm that. I need to think more about that, because like right now I have, like, even with HighLevel, I have this whole system automated. So like when someone opts in for a free trial, it triggers a whole email sequence inside of HighLevel, so you can do all of that with webhooks and things. And then so I have like a whole, so if there's a way for me to automate that process, then I would say we probably could do that. But if there's not a way for me to automate it, I would say no, because it would just be too much work for me to have to do all of that manually and keep track of it all.
Okay.
So yeah, let me investigate that. I'm going to make a note to myself.
That would be totally awesome.
Yeah.
Because you are the value. No.
Yeah.
But seriously.
Yeah. And that was my question. I've asked her before. I said, all I want to know, Bridget, is how you keep track of all this, because I can't seem to. Are you using a special software tracking? How do you keep yourself on schedule and doing all this? Because it seems like you do more in 2 days and 1 day than I do in a whole week. And then I feel so like, how do you keep track of all this?
It's automation.
Yeah, but I mean, but how do you schedule yourself and time manage all this stuff? Because it seems like
I'm kind of in a routine these days. I usually I try to keep, Fridays are blocked off. I don't do meetings on Fridays. And then I try to make sure that I keep outsourcing client stuff. And then of course it's, it's just like that series I did on automating project management. if you can, this is the only way to scale. I am telling you, is duplication and automation. It's just the only way to scale. So when you're looking at like your processes, always be asking yourself, how can I automate this? I don't even care what it is, because it might be something like, for example, birthday wisher, right? That's just a simple tool. And it's like, we all know that, you know, it's great to wish someone a birthday. One, because it helps you like have a reason to connect with someone once a year. Two, it tells the Facebook algorithm like, hey, you just connected with this person, you messaged, and maybe you posted on their page. So it helps you get in front of their face. Three, it's just a nice thing to do. But all of that is great, but we don't have time. That's just one thing. And it might take you like 15 minutes a day to send those messages, but that's one thing that takes you 15 minutes. And now there's another thing that takes you 15 minutes, and another thing, and another thing, and another thing. And it's like all of these little things, it's great to do them. It will help you to do them. But when you're just a solopreneur and you're trying to figure out, how can I get all of this done with just me? The only way to make that happen is automation. Plus, automation works a lot better than I do. I make mistakes all the time. Automation, it's rare that it makes a mistake and you fix it and then you move on with life. It's like creating all of those. Okay. And one of the things that's really phenomenal about Tier 5 is John Vaughn, who's the CEO, he and his wife founded Tier 5, but he is a Zapier expert. And so he is, all of his tools integrate with Zapier. And so he also gives, I don't know, like if everybody gets it, but I got a free unlimited account, like an account inside of their Zapier account. So all of my Zapier zaps and all of those things are all free. I'm just part of their account now. So like setting man, I'm telling you, that's the only way to do it. I swear. When I see, oh, I got a new member. And it's like, I was sleeping. I didn't have to do anything. It blows my mind that you can make money. I mean, it's not a game though. It's you got to learn how to do it. You got to figure out your offer. You got to like get it all set up. That's the part that takes everyone the time. So it's not like, oh, look, make money while you sleep. Yeah, you really can do that. And it's so possible. And I do it every single day. And it's still a surreal thing and blows my mind. But at the same time, it takes the effort to get all of these things in place to get to that point. And that's why most people don't find success, because they give up, because it's hard. It's a lot of learning. It's a lot of time, but man, it's so worth it. Some people will spend 4 or 5 years in college, racking up, $100,000 in student debt, spend every single day, every waking hour for the 4 or 5 years doing whatever it is they're in college. Then they graduate and do something that they hate, and they're trading time for money. It's like, you're never going to get rich that way. And it's not that we all want to get rich, but you're never going to be able to retire or be debt free or any of those things trading time for money. That's just, if most wealthy people that had jobs, they did something on the side, they invested their money, they did, maybe they bought real estate or whatever it was, or they turned their side hustle into a full-time business, whatever it is, I can guarantee you, no one ever got rich from a job. That's just it.
X.
Yeah, that's what they do. Rich people, besides real estate, they do collectibles and stuff like that, and the other stuff I'm into.
Yeah.
So that's how they do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you need to have that. You just can't, and like I said, I hate to say rich, because I don't care about being rich. What I care about is being debt free. That's everybody has a why. My whole why is I want to be 45 years old and I want to have a house that's paid off, and I want no student loans, and I want everything debt free, because to me, that is real freedom. But everyone has different goals, right? But it's like, I can't reach my financial goal working a job. I make more money now than I did after 20 years of working in pharmacy, being nationally certified and all of those things.
Yeah,
And it's,
I don't want to plug it, but that 45, I know a guy that was a teacher here in Michigan, and he is completely, I mean, his house is paid for. He no longer teaches. He does, and I don't want to advertise myself, so I'm not, but what the other thing I do. And he makes 12.5 a week.
yeah,
And he could and he put that letter up on Facebook. His house is paid for. And you should see him at conferences when I see him, like on videos and stuff. He is the happy camper.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because we don't want to work our whole lives. Life is not about working. We work so that we can pay the bills. And we are taught that you need to have a job to be successful and, a responsible adult. That's what we're taught. But in reality, having a job is such a scam because, like, look at inflation right now. People that are working, and they're making less money than they were 5 years ago. It's like you're never, even before this big inflation problem, it was the same thing. It's like, what are you going to get? A 50-cent raise an hour? That's not going to keep up with. How are you ever going to get ahead with an extra 50 cents an hour? It's just not good. It's not a good investment. And I posted something, just taxes alone. I'm doing my taxes right now, so I'm all about the taxes. But taxes alone, it's like what the government does is they take all this money out of your check and then they invest it, and then they get all the interest. And then at the end of the year, when you file your taxes, what you overpaid, they give back to you, but they keep the difference. Why can't you do that? Why can't you invest your money? Why can't you keep all of the money that you make and then invest it yourself, and then you keep the difference? You keep the commission. Maria, I know that you don't do the job thing, but if your taxes, imagine if you could take 30% of your income and invest it into gold and silver. Imagine if you could do that.
And that's what people are doing. You should see some of these collections. In 1 year, some of these guys have these collections and girls that are unreal. My collection is huge now. It's getting there. And those American Eagles, you can't even get those that easily. But I've got them. I saw a guy on TV saying the bonds are garbage. Don't buy that. So yeah, it's working. It's working for a lot of people. Yeah, but I know what you're saying.
Tell us a little bit about this gold and silver, Maria. Do you think it's a good time to invest or a bad time?
It's an excellent time because gold and silver, they call it God's money. It's something that you cannot print up and manufacture. And when many countries like Venezuela and Bolivia and other countries devalued their dollars, and Russia, they devalued it. The people with gold and silver in their pockets, they're good. They're good. They don't have to run to the bank and collect that garbage paper that doesn't work. And actually, the richest people in the world, that's what they collect in the government, is gold and silver, because it's a value that will never depreciate, and it's been around and tradable for hundreds and millions of years, forever. It's been around. So yeah, and the way I'm using it, of course, because I do what's called auto saver. Every month I pay as little as $100 and I get a gold coin to my home, an American Eagle or another coin. And some of these coins have gone up. You pay 100, you could pay 200 for some of the other ones that are very exclusive and collectibles. And those coins, as soon as you have it in your hand, the price doubles. And there's places, we have an automation system called Stack and Sell, where you scan your coin. They're all registered in this special area on your app on your phone. And then when you can see what you paid for, how much it's gone up, and how much people are willing to pay. Some of these coins, I've seen people pay 200, and now people want $1,000 for them. I know I have a couple. I have a White House coin that is 1 ounce silver White House coin. Is beautiful. There's not many of them. These are limited, one-of-a-kind coins that are they could be 800 made in the world. And they're wonderful. I love it. So there you go. You have $100. You can keep it in your pocket. You can spend it on junk, or it can automatically come out of your account and you get a coin shipped to your home every month. That's auto saver. I love that. And then the benefit of it is that when you tell people and you're excited about it, people come on board. We have a binary system. You can make money. People are making $500 a week, $1,000 a week, 2,500. We just recently had the executive gold, which is a person that's making 12,500 a week. These people exist, and they're not people that are, like the gentleman I mentioned, he's a teacher. We have an ex-football player. We have a high school dropout. We have all kinds of people in our organization that are making this kind of money. And it's all based on 4 men who decided to what they call disrupt a system, disrupt a business. By that, they meant to do is that for many, many years, to get into gold and silver and buying coins, you have to invest at least 10 grand or more. You can't get in for any cheaper, but they decided they wanted the average person to get in and be able to collect this, to do this, like anyone else. And one of the founders is the founder of Melaleuca.
You know what I was just seriously thinking when I was hearing you talk about all of that, I was thinking, why would a person take their, like, let's say, okay, 30% of your sales comes out for taxes. Okay. I mean, taxes, expenses and things. That's what I figure out, when my own expenses, I just take out 30%. So let's say you have a W-2 job and it takes out 30%. Okay. You have a business, it takes out 30%. The W-2 job, that 30% goes right to the government. They invest it probably in gold and silver. They keep the commission, and then you get, the difference, right? But if you're a business owner, which would be a great niche for you, and sell them on this point of, do you want, are you worried about your taxes? Because every year I pay a lot of money in taxes. So wouldn't it be great if you just invested what you're saving already, the 30% every month, you invested in gold and silver, and then when your taxes are due, you pay the taxes and then you keep the difference. You should position it that way, Maria, because that's huge.
It is huge, and considering that many of these coins are tax deductible. They're not taxable either. Some of them, and that's where the training comes in. There's a buyer certification program within the system. There's all kinds of stuff. So they teach you which of the coins that are free of tax, and you can actually sell. But yeah, that's a great point. I appreciate that. I'm going to take that.
You can write them off of your taxes at the same time as use them to pay your taxes.
There you go. And then you're protecting your wealth and your family's wealth, because eventually, like they keep saying, calling something the Great Reset. When that happens, what will happen? People with gold and silver, people that are holding them, are going to benefit the most. So yeah, that's
if someone who's watching wanted to talk to you about gold and silver, how would they contact you?
They can reach me through my Facebook page. Just go in there and leave a message, because I don't want to leave it's easier. Just Maria Sabreco on Facebook. You can friend me or just send me a message, and I will be getting back to you, because we're having meetings and all kinds of stuff where you can see the presentation, or I can send you a link and you can see a video. One of the great videos that we have, it's really interesting. There's this gentleman who's on the street corner with a big Hershey's chocolate bar, and he's telling people, and he has a coin. He actually in one hand has a gold coin, and in the other a chocolate bar, the big one. And he said, which one would you like? And people are taking the Hershey's bar. Then he takes that coin and he says, you can take this and go right there to that pawn shop and you can get the money. And then he takes it in at the end and he's like, gets these like $3,000 in cash for the coin. And people really don't want the coin, rather the chocolate bar. Isn't that crazy? Because we've not been educated enough. We've not seen it. We see the commercials that gold and silver and oh my God, no, this stuff is real, people. It's real. And this company is making it happen just for average people. Not that we're average, we're above, but it's making it happen. We don't have to walk in with 10 grand to buy a coin. And imagine that collection for your children.
The cool thing about gold and silver is it's not a new thing. It's like, I know that especially online, people are very weary about like, Bitcoin and crypto and all of these other, NFTs and all these other things that people are so willing to invest in, but they're skeptical But if you want something to invest in that you don't have to be skeptical about, I mean, gold and silver, our whole government is backed up with gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a new thing. It's not
And
going anywhere.
yeah, up until the 70s, when President Nixon decided, they introduced something called the Bretton Woods Agreement, where they decided that the countries of the world would actually uh, put their money, their gold and silver in, they would hold it in the US for them, and they would start using just currency. And that really messed things up, because now people, only government and rich people can get the gold and silver until now. With this particular company, that's what they did. Their logo is "We believe in you." That's it. They just want to help. And imagine a man that built Melaleuca, as big as that was, decided, I'm going to do this. And this, it's just wonderful. I'm having a great time because we're all loving it.
Yeah.
And collecting wealth.
I love to make money. So so if they're making money, I can see why they would be loving it.
Now, Bridget, the big question, do you have gold and silver?
I don't, you know what my investment is? This is my thing that and it's just like I was just saying, I want to be out of debt. So do you know why I don't, my car is paid off. I owe $85,000 on my house, and that's my debt. That's all I have left. That's all I want. It's like, I don't want to go buy new clothes. I don't want to buy a new car. I had to buy a new cell phone because mine is old. I know that I'm a techie person. It may be shocking to find out that my cell phone is really old, but I don't care about that. What I care about is getting all of my bills paid. I want zero debt. I'm 43 right now. I want to be 45 and have a house paid off. That's my goal.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about gold and silver in the future for you, because you really.
Yeah. And I definitely will let you know, because my husband is huge in gold and silver. We have this debate all the time. He's like, well, if there's an apocalypse and the whole world crashes, we need gold and silver. But I'm like, yeah, but then at that point, gold and silver will be like bread and water, because that's what people will need. So we have to find this happy balance where we're like investing in the gold. But he wants he's the type of investor who's like, I want a big gold bar. That's what I just want to have a gold bar sitting on.
We have them. We have them at dealer direct price. And the thing is, I failed to say, is that this is like a membership site, like Costco or Sam's, where you pay yearly. Yeah, because you're a member, and as a member, you get all these benefits. Because imagine this, you have a garage full of potions and diet shakes and pills that have expiration dates, and someone comes up to you and says, can you loan me $5,000 and I'll give you all these products that are in my garage? Or I come up to you and say, Bridget, I've got 5,000 in gold and silver. Can you loan me the cash? And if I'm not back in 90 days, you can keep it. You're like, yeah. But with the products, you'll be like, no, because that stuff will expire. Who am I going to sell it with? So there you go. Yeah, I'm going to send you a link for your husband, Mr. The Voice himself. Because that's true. You get out of a place, you just take that gold and silver, you're out. Plus, the key with this company is they have a private vault also. So you can keep your gold and silver in their vault if you like.
Oh,
you don't have to bring it home.
He would want to keep it.
Yeah, I know. I have mine, so.
Want it on a shelf, he would just be like, I just know that I have this. I'm like, okay, I really wanted just a garage full of the big buckets of corn that'll last for 20 years. Whatever.
The survivor's kit, the survivor stuff,
Yeah, that's what I want to fill my garage with, and he wants to fill it with gold bars. So So he may be contacting you, Maria, for some gold bars.
I'll send you a picture where you see some of this stuff. One of our guys too, we have a meeting tomorrow too on Saturday, but he is a Black Hawk helicopter pilot trainer. That's what he does. He's one of our leaders that teaches us all this, and that's what he does. In the evening, with the night goggles, that's what he does.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is definitely 3 o'clock. Did you guys have any other questions or anything? I definitely enjoyed the conversation about gold and silver because honestly, it really is something that we are talking about. Because just like I was telling you, we're working on our taxes, and it's like when you're having to pay all these thousands of dollars, it's like, okay, here's the problem, right? It's just like investing in your business. If you have like $10,000 that you need to invest in your business, it's not really about the $10,000. It's about, can I get my money back if I invest it? And so also, what will be my return? So if someone did have a business and they're just holding on to this 30% of their business expenses every single month, you're going to earn like what, 1% in a savings account. But if you invested it in something, then you can have it pay for your taxes instead of you paying for your taxes. Right. So that's definitely, it's a good time of year to be talking about that, Maria. So well, I appreciate all the information.
I'm going to send you a link just to, maybe your husband wants to come to the Zoom meeting. You don't have to show your face. You just show up and listen to how they're presented.
He definitely would not be on camera ever. No. And if you're ever in a meeting and then you hear some guy that sounds like Barry White, just know that's my husband.
I know. I want to hear his voice one of these days. We have to meet him.
I know. I tell him, I talk about him all the time on the meetings, and he's like, "Oh, should I just pop in one day?" I'm like,
"Yes,
whoa,
yes,
Mister."
Pop in and make sure you bring the puppy so we can see him too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a behind the scenes. I'll just walk you guys around. You can meet my whole family, my little doggies.
We already met your sister. We already met her. So on your YouTube. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the information. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have an excellent weekend. And we're going to do more Tier 5 training next week. So super, super cool. I'm just going to choose a totally different tool. There's so many of them that I am just like obsessed with learning and teaching them. So many more to come. So again, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. Go make your